also has hit #1 on the bestseller. Hi, Giorgio. Welcome.
Hey, how you doing, Melanie?
Good, good. Tell us a little bit about you and your book.
Great. All right, my name is Giorgio Pasqualin. I'm 44 years old, operations manager. I have been doing commissioning and startup of industrial facilities all over the world. I like to say that the only continents that I have not worked is Australia and Antarctica, but sometimes perhaps I might end up going there. So I've done a lot of projects in the gas processing industry, refining, um, petrochemicals, water treatment. So a lot of expertise in the industrial field. So I started thinking after 25 years of my career, I started thinking how I can pass along the experience that I have to others, right? And for some time, actually a long time, I fear that I didn't know anything else other than just the focus that I had on commissioning and starting my refineries or gas plants. So I actually never thought that I could do anything else. And the pandemic uh, changed that. That was a good thing about the pandemic. I started thinking what else I could do. How I could use the knowledge that I have and try to pass it along to other people. Um, the book that I wrote is called How to Effectively Supercharge Your Career to Become a CEO, but don't be confused by the subject of being a CEO of a large corporation or anything like that. I want you to be the CEO of your life first, right? Own your life and then use the techniques that I explained in the book to become a better you, right? And a better you means being better at home, better at your workplace, because the workplace is such an important uh, part of our life for those of us that choose to do the formal type of work, right? Like I have chosen for the past 25 years. I think it is important to use your time in the most effective way and try to maximize your opportunities to eventually end up achieving more and more as the time progresses. So that was the intent of the writing the book.
I love it. I love it. And you've done a great job with this book. I like that you touch on the personal side and the balance of the corporate side, because a lot of times I know as a business owner, I'm a CEO as well of 3 companies, and it gets a little challenging when you're spread really thin. And I know my own kids have said, Mommy, when do I get to be a client? And it broke my heart because I thought sometimes I feel like I'm neglecting my kids if I'm not dropping everything for what they need 24/7, or then I feel like I'm neglecting the clients over here if they need something and my kids over here needing something too. And so I think that balance is really critical. And I think for a lot of families, it could be life-saving, not only financially, but in their relationships and their health, to learn how to do that. And your book is really great because you break those things down. Like you said, I love that you said the CEO of your life, because that's immediately what I thought of when I read your book.
Right.
It's because even basketball players that are major basketball players, they don't just show up on the court and then they succeed. It's the reward and the win happens outside of the court. It's all the extra practice and the day-to-day things and decisions that you have to make that comprise who you are as a CEO.
If you see the book, the cover of the book, right, you see a high performance vehicle on the cover, right? And that high performance vehicle is basically you, right? The first chapter of the book, I call it Avoid the Crash, right? If you're driving a high performance car, the last thing you want to have is an accident, right? You don't want to crash because it can be fatal. And I talk about this, how to avoid the crash. And I use the examples or analogies from Formula One racing because I love Formula One and many other sports, but Formula One being one of them. How do the Formula One pilots avoid, crashing their vehicles and avoid killing themselves when they're driving at 350 miles per hour, right? Life is fast, life is tough, and it's fast. So you have to be able to adapt and constantly make changes to enable that direction that you're going through, right? Enable and make sure that you don't crash. The family aspect is so important, and I had to learn it the hard way. I had to learn it the hard way. I speak about this a little on the book. But if you're not careful, the life can become a disaster if you're only focused, for example, in work, 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 work. I mean, work is great, and I emphasize this a lot on the book. I love to work, but there are other things like the family, like you mentioned, your kids, giving them the right time and devotion to, so that they feel appreciated. Also managing, and I'm not a financial expert, but like I say, I had to learn it the hard way. Your finances, right from the beginning. If you're an early career worker, somebody getting out of college, what things do you have to do over the years to, eventually end up getting to a retirement age in a comfortable manner, right? Because let's face the reality today. Most people in the U.S. and all over the world, they're always counting the money. Will I have enough to survive on my retirement and Social Security? We probably know the reality as we speak.
No, I totally hear what you're saying. And I think that we've all been there, whether you're in a job and you aspire to be the boss or you want to be a CEO, or whether you're an existing business owner and you just feel like you're a small business owner, but you're not claiming that power of being a CEO, and seeing yourself as that person. And I know, especially for a lot of women, I know that women go through that as well. And even though your book has the supercharged cover, as a woman, I related to it more than I thought I would, because I'm thinking, okay, it's about CEO, it's a man's thing, it's like this race car, but yet it focused so much on balancing the relationships with everything in your life that that impressed me a lot.
This book is for everybody. It's not for males or females. This book is for everybody. We are all human beings, and we all go through the same things and the same problems. So everything that has been written on this book, and I actually wrote a little paragraph there. I identify myself as a male, but I asked kindly the reader to, if they don't identify the way I speak, to just revert or convert the words that I'm using and apply to your own life, because they're all relatable. They're all
That makes
relatable.
total sense. So tell us a little bit about how else that people can get in touch with you, or if they read the book and they want to know more or work with you somehow, what are those options for people?
Right. The first option would be to follow me on my social media channels. I have a LinkedIn, professional LinkedIn account. If you type my name, Giorgio Pasqualin, you will find me there. I also have my own company that is called the Tough Academy. The name is kind of funny because in tough, it's not about being tough and bad. It's because I use the name the Tough Academy because life is tough, right? That's the way I see it, right? And we have to deal with it. But also, being kind is tough. Being respectful to others is tough. Being understanding of, other people's feeling and emotions and the things that they go through, that's tough. So we have to put ourselves in other people's shoes, in other, people's lives, so that we can understand what they're going through. So that's why they call it the Tough Academy. I have my website. The company website is called thetoughacademy.com, and you can find me there. Get in touch at any time.
That makes perfect sense. So we've also put those links below, and you can click on those if you're interested in getting in touch with Giorgio. And your book is on a special price today, 99 cents only for the ebook. So you guys can grab that. Again, if you want to buy it as a gift, if you know somebody that's a business owner or a CEO and you see them struggling to balance their life, this is a great gift. I love giving books as a gift. And I think giving somebody the gift of hope is like the greatest gift you can give a human being. So you can click on that link below and get a copy of Giorgio's book today, special launch price, only 99 cents. So thank you, Giorgio, for being
Thanks a
here
lot.
and for setting a great example. You made it look so easy. I know it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. It was a long, project that I had, and if it hadn't been because of all the help that I got from Defining Moments and all the support from the team and the community, the beautiful and amazing authors that we're, interviewing today, and also the other ones that have published before. I think this was the thing that I needed to materialize this dream that I had. So thank
The
you for that.
accountability, absolutely. We have an amazing tribe of authors. Most of them have already come through our program and they've released their books. They're #1 best-selling authors, international best-selling authors. We even have USA Today best-selling authors. And a lot of times they will come back in and do some training to help our authors learn what's going on in the industry so that you guys can be up to speed and you don't have to go through and spend the time, energy, and money to make the same mistakes that we made, that we learned the hard way. So when you have a tribe and a village of people behind you, it certainly makes it a little bit easier knowing those steps that you need to take. So thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. Congratulations on all your success. I'm very, very excited for you. Can't wait to see where you take this book. Good job.
Thank you,
Good
Melanie. I
job.
appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, Nikki, let's go over to Nikki Smith.